so many things in politics that you don't take for granted. When it comes to politicians and people who lead us, the reason why Bawumia need credibility in the world is because of Atro. The reason why Akufo-Addo in world politics, they look at him as a dirty politician is because Okan Semuwe Waha Adiachana quite a different thing at home. So when it comes to politics, you need to understand the said no cre when that thing ye yifri wenum and now the people come to see say onyando kwafo now odi omo ene making money. You are using them to make money. You see them to be stupid. No cre in politics, the moment and no crebe ball in politics. Sebio ejanai kwa huon for swatchem. And slowly, this idea and attitude be a nipebi decided say and no number some of the politics now in Ghana no, it is slowly creeping in. And right now no, some people want to basically make it official. They want to add it to our politics. So credibility in politics today in Ghana is hard to find. The reason why John Mahama was able to come back to become president of Ghana again was because he has consistently actually Ghana for say okanokre. So even when he was in opposition, it was very hard for anybody to go pick any statement. And if the person wants to be constructive and reasonable, rational, and say, oh, John Mahama Chantro, you can't get, and even today you can't get it. Unless somebody wants to deliberately try and spin for political points. And that is what has guided John Mahama. Ebesi Ene. And it's people like J.J. Rawlings, we still mention the names of Rawlings. Yabo Obi to say Eye Nkrumah. That's why Atamils is on the heart of Ghanaians, because they consistently made sure say asema befri omonuma ba as politicians, as leaders, you know, eye asema ebetime protect edien time mufo. Now, there's something happening that we need to be very serious about. A political party always becomes attractive when the people weigh it and see weight when it comes to nokre. So when we say obi di CPPH, obi di PPPH, obi di NDPH, obi di MPPH, obi di NDCH, there's a reason. Because nobody wants to be lied to. Nobody wants to follow a liar. Because every liar, very difficult to trust. Now, recently in CC, we need to pay attention and say it the way it is. It is looking like a year your politics, you know. Nipebi afaye nyina say ye Jimmy. And they just want to lie and destroy characters. And the idea be maybe we are now realizing, maybe we are getting to that point where we're like, hey, idea we are consumer nipa bebre life are saying. Idea we are consumer not in the past we thought to say, where there no cre. Nipa be a jina parliament. You see, parliament should be a sacred ground. Parliament should be a place. So be jinana okasa. We should see it as say, this is a sacred ground. You cannot lie to the people and the constitution. Parliament should be a place. Nobody should deliberately stand in parliament and say, me pese me chatro essay crew. Because you see, you can make a statement in parliament, a bit might destroy crew in 10 minutes. When you make a bad statement or you lie in parliament, a bit the tribal conflict. When you make a bad statement or you lie in parliament, a bit me cause a nation to revolt against a government. When you stand in parliament and you deliberately lie, you, the person speaking, it can cost you your life. Because you see, and in China, I say parliament is a place of records. And we all, you know, you say, so be sorry, General Parliament, no kasa. Na sani pano one. We respect the Constitution of the Republic. We respect the Speaker of that Parliament. And most importantly, while representing the group on the parliament, that is his colleagues, and most importantly, the political party Ojina parliament. Because every speech that comes out of your mouth, it should portray a partner and say a party when you stand in parliament, assembly be free one it needs to be able to clean with colleagues and no more parliament on one side to prove to we say, oh yeah, there you people are people with credibility, because we know parliamentarians. You just don't come to parliament to speak. We believe Ghana for him say answer no bim bien no enkasa of parliament no na owo njina so na owo evidence na odi buo ama Ghana ni bia, and itina people sometimes are so committed to parliamentary proceedings because in their head some member of parliament we sa papa we onjina ne naso endi Ghana tem onjina ne naso entwa Ghana tro onjina ne naso in the name of politics or political party ondidi attempt and make us look like we are stupid. And so I don't even want to dwell too much on parliament as parliament. I want to dwell on individuals, the parliament that we cherished, the parliament that we revered, the parliament that we believe somehow, some way it is the only government armor a bit to me a changey nyamamaye, because we as a citizen, we citizens, we don't have control over the executive that much, and we don't have too much control over the judiciary. It is parliament that it is between you and me. Your power as our representatives representing us. It is a original parliament. Now on your backbencher, on your first time MP. So this original parliament. Now I say me a lawyer. Me a intelligent. I am experienced. And also I am a leader of a group. You expect to say assembly befri sani parenumu biabiano something that has been taken care of from the back. And when I say taken care of, it has been looked at, it has been assessed, facts have been gathered, evidence based, and Sana, the leader of a group, can speak. But what are we seeing today in our parliament? Let's get serious as a people. What are we seeing today? We see a parliament whereby a member of parliament who is a lawyer, calling himself a lawyer. Secondly, who says he's a leader of a group, stands in parliament and lie about our security recruitment. This is dangerous. That statement alone, so be Gina parliament, na ochatro efa security recruitment process one, that person can cause this nation to flip. That person is basically saying a crowway, a jantum. You know how dangerous it is, Mama Chro. So Bibe Gina Kachra will say, me a parliamentarian, me a leader of a group. You're from Afenyo Markins. The interior minister or your crom for on kanokre. You're for Ghana for Juma or the ko minini katasa shebi na eya. You will be a way see that security agency so be koma for years. Ebia onyam freno. Sa department makochitu eku interior minister no. Because that person might be disappointed in the interior minister. You will be a ebia nakuma angel so. They can decide to take matters into their hands because a leader of a group in parliament who calls himself a minority leader who made that statement, and not just a mad person. A leader, a friend Afenyo Markins or the MPP for him parliament. Let's not underestimate this. Now, what happened? Afenyo Markins in parliament, and you see, there's a difference between insinuations. There's a difference between speculative talk. There's a difference between a political talk. There will be a friend being emphatic. When you are speaking and making people know, say, they all can so and no the most important thing. After you make parliament, Emma Ghana for nyina obi a ohwe owiase adafo nyina ka kire say Muntaka Mubarak oye interior minister nipa ye former police immigration all the security agencies no ono Afenyo who is the leader of the MPP in parliament our evidence to prove say aban no bokro no ketase di Ghana for dream. He did not just speculate. He was emphatic. Such statement no it cut deep into our defense system. That statement no it cut deep into our Ministry of Interior setup. That statement now the minority leader general parliament swear taking oath. It's a statement at the end of the day. It cuts deep because we are sending Ghana for nyina and the obitifiano we nya police, we nya military, we nya aviation immigration. Or catch us and the say aban no tesono leader na friend Muntaka no or ya kromfo with this civil unya na body tuo. And that is the message he was sending. Now, he was turning the nation against the government. We were not talking about Ministry of Employment. We are not talking about Communication Ministry. We are talking about the Interior Ministry and a minority leader, Ejina Parliament. Let's go listen to Afenyo Markins.
On Friday, during the State of the Nation address, the minority leader got up here. Even before then, Mr. Speaker, if you recollect, you were in the chair on Thursday. When he started this allegation, I took the opportunity on the floor to correct him and show him and even encourage him that if he wanted information, he could write and I'll furnish him with all the details. He decided to take advantage of the State of the Nation when the whole world was listening to us to say categorically that the current internal security recruitment is scandalous. There's corruption looming. People will go to prison. He said it on this floor. And I'm saying that, Mr. Speaker, based on our standing order 31, E and F, that is contemptuous. And I'm saying that let's give him an opportunity to go to privileges where you have all the ample time and opportunity to provide all his allegations so that we'll meet him there with our facts. So, Mr. Speaker, that is what I'm referring, that we are having too many of such things coming from somebody like the minority leader. And the time for him to prove his allegation is here. And the best place to do that, Mr. Speaker, is at the privileges.
The fact that this matter has been referred to privileges does not mean that the person is guilty. That is why I said all suspects are supposed to be deemed innocent. I am not pronouncing on the guilt of the minority leader or otherwise. I am not. And it is not the responsibility at this stage so to do. It's the responsibility of the committee to make that recommendation to the House.
Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know. Let the referral be made. Let there be a public hearing. Let Afenyo Markins, who these days is seen as perhaps, according to the allegation, I'm saying something which is untruthful and all that, and because of that, it is a breach of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, you have the wisdom to exercise a discretion. Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know. Let the referral be made. Let there be a public hearing. Let Afenyo Markins, who these days is seen as perhaps, according to the allegation, I'm saying something which is untruthful and all that, and because of that, it is a breach of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, you have the wisdom to exercise a discretion. I will avail myself.
You see, Muntaka raised the issue, look at you and say, State of the Nation, a president by we are seeing national, I'll be Gina Hakan, and say, the Interior Ministry, they are involved in criminality. The recruitment, you know, a man for a refuel, a man for a jail. It is flawed, the whole process, and that you have evidence. Muntaka raised the issue. Also, Gina Parliament catch Muntaka say he is not sure. Say Muntaka, he wants this matter to be called at the Privileges Committee because he's well equipped. He has his evidence. Even at that moment now, Muntaka said, "Oh yeah, no." Jitum na catch Ghana for say, "Oh yeah, kwasi ampenyi won kano kureno." He was still threatening the minister indirectly and telling the minister, "Say, menya sure so per se your privileges because you know what I know," and that was a threat, even in Parliament. And this is the minority leader leading the 67 piglets. Also, Kasano, Prekono Muguchino. Okasana wote NPP Prekono Muguor. Yes, because Omwe Jimmy. Afenyo Markins di omunimno. Ohu amuso ye moa. Now, you know one funny thing? Now, Emraso, Parliament Asaba, Privileges Committee, ya refer Asamna Koho. Adia Chinya, Afenyo Markins say, "Oh, I apologize for telling the world that you committed a crime and that the Interior Ministry did not commit a crime." Afenyo Markins apologizes, withdraws recruitment fraud allegation. Just like that. Kwasiawe by Parliament the next 2 days. Oh, asana na mesi me what evidence no. Asama na mesi Muntaka ya kromfo, John Mahama Bani ya kromfo. Asama na me kan wo State of the Nation and the whole world they share no. I apologize. Then Obejina Parliament, listen to him.
If, Mr. Speaker, the text of my concerns reflected so, it is hereby accordingly withdrawn. And, Mr. Speaker, as colleagues, when a member feels strongly about a statement which is unintended, the right thing to do is to withdraw and apologize to him. Mr. Speaker, I proceed to do so. And to assure you that concerns that would arise out of any matter shall be properly be brought to his attention. But on this matter, as I've said before, I will repeat it for Hansa, that anything related to him or his ministry is withdrawn. And again, apologies to him.
Just like that. My catch up Afenyo Markins no kwasia. Na MPP for na money ya kwasia more. Says when a member feels strongly about a statement which is unintended. When a member feels strongly, kwasia, you made a statement a state of the nation. You are a leader for crying out loud. Kwasia, the statement you were making was going against the government and you knew you did not have facts to it. Kwasia, now one kwasia only abronya difference many wom. Kwasia, when Jimmy phone on Amkrona say, where the uncle school da, where the crumb for one armed robber difference many wom. You come to Parliament, just stand there and say, when a member makes a statement and feels strongly about it. This is where we have lowered leadership. This is how we have dragged leadership through the mud. This is the lowest level of how you allownicompounds and stupid people to lead political parties and stay in Parliament. Your principles as a nation, the people calling themselves statesmen who are looking on This guy basically stabbed the nation on the day the president read a statement about the nation's status. And this piglet just goes out there and say, I felt strongly about the statement. No. This is parliament. Jantreni, this is parliament. This is not your Jantra home. This is a place where every statement you make should take an effect on the nation. And you stand up when the president is sitting, the speaker of parliament is sitting, the chief justice is sitting, and you lie. And then the next day, you come and tell me, say, I apologize. And this same animal, this same stupid fool who does not respect the constitution of the republic, does not respect the legislature, Kwasi Afenyo tomorrow will come and stand and say, I am the minority leader. I don't agree. And why is this person doing that? Why not also? This guy is a bloody liar. He's a fool. The reason I'm insulting is because I worship the constitution. I worship parliament. Lead groups of piglets. And you see, the most interesting thing is from Bawumia to the last person in the MPP, also Obiara any problem with this. And how can you call such a person a leader? And Bawumia being a liar, and this fool tomorrow will tell us to say he says something in parliament and that we should believe it. Why in what Ghana kwasia we begin parliament? We will believe this guy. Why should any Ghanaian get up in the morning and say Afenyo Markins make allegations? Afenyo Markins ka parliament no kure because kwasia we ka asem enne na ye nyina ekogidia na ekoku obi a ade chia kwasia mpe we ka say I am sorry. I felt strongly about the statement. Imagine this statement was made from the opposite direction. Ka onim dia kwasia mpe you nkobe. And interestingly enough, from J. Ekufuado, Hakmaroso Ajiman, and Michael Kwe, the so-called leaders of this piglet party, they are all mute because they entertain lies. And that is how low our politics, Yababedu, the filth and the protection of arrogance and lies. Because the leader of the party, Mahmoud Bawumia, or true for, so he sees nothing with this. So this same fool will come and sit on TV and say, vote for Bawumia into Ochina. When parliament sits and this guy comes to tell us to say, oh, asembika na asamono yenjinindi na yejiminti yase Afenyo Markins say the same Afenyo Markins who on State of the Nations, the world was watching the nation, told a lie and made it look like a yenokre. How can anybody follow a party like MPP? Now principles now party no I'm say you as a different party in a way. Who on earth? Kwasiabe Nebe a leader. And what makes this guy a leader? This guy is a filthy liar. On Kanokre. And this is not something he just started. Why deal we for a long time. And you see, he has always gotten away with murder. And it has become his hallmark because Bawumia Odine China, why the minority leader, Bawumia himself is a liar. But this is the lowest level our politics should get. This is the lowest. And I don't know why we as a people, we allow such people. We allow such people to be standing in Ghana and wearing some Vietnam suit. The day he made the statement, do you know when he made the statement? Not president, chief justice, the whole world, the speaker, no obia or parliament. Why would he choose that day? Because no person good president in any masse, or person good ministry in any masse, or person or incite Ghanaians against the government. It is a MPP nyam kwasiafo. So omo mudi MPP enim enkwara ne penifo omo nyam kwasiafo ma. So omo nim nyansa, so omo nye adwamanfo ne kwasiafo. They will sit and say this guy cannot lead the NPP, but you want this guy to lead you in parliament to come and win power? En kwasiafo, do you want this fool tomorrow to come and tell we Ghanaians that we should trust you and trust MPP? Why should anybody trust this guy from tomorrow or from today? Why should anybody? So obiti Ghana na yere kuraji akwa wedi na yere na kwasi ampenyi because this guy can lie to kill. He was in parliament. He was blunt. He told us, even when he was caught, he said that the minister if he knows better, he should not even take the matter to privileges. Even in the process, he was threatening. So, a chair part in mwe Jimmy, a chair mumpenifo na mwe Jimmy, a mumpenifo Jimmy, a munkwarai Jimmy. A chair party has no principle to keep this guy as the minority leader. Because let me tell you, your campaign is done as a political party. Every single day this guy speaks in parliament. We as a nation, we will and we believe that it's a lie because we have seen it on countless occasions. So who is this guy going to talk for them to believe? Why not Akwa Webeka Samana JD? This was parliament. This is parliament. We don't. And that's why I have a problem sometimes when we allow these things to slide. The same person was referred to the Privileges Committee when he basically skipped parliament, went to ECOWAS meeting or parliament. This fool, now some that the Privileges Committee, we have not spoken about it. How can this fool bring a party to power? It is because Samira Bawumia Nikruno, they don't think, party no, neck no, Jimmy, they are thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about how Ghanaians will see the party. Perception in politics is the greatest hallmark. Perception in politics. Because now, as I sit here, the leader of the party with the flag bearer is a liar, and their leader in parliament is a liar. Who am I going to trust? It's a foolish party. And there's never going to be a day Afenyo Akase Munjimindi. On what basis? On what basis? And I say Afenyo Markins abegina parliament say yanjinindi into the whole Ghana. We all should do what? We should go and the guy is a foolish idiot with Jimmy. And I've sat here so many times to tell Ghana for say with Jimmy. These are the guys who came together to say yen tro enfanto ato forces so na yema eyede go fedamina ne nine se kubenu ne nine se ahwede no enko jeli no. This guy or a dangerous guy. And I feel bad for the MPP because emun kwara na Jimmy and penifo na bodam. Party are open to me. Party are all try to be brandy. Party are pesa Ghana for saji with dibium. Party are pesa Ghana for ehun say on your party are then you have a leader in parliament who basically stays in parliament and say and you want Ghana for to get up and say they are going to vote for MPP till date also Bianca say till date when say Obia are criticizing they will say no, this is not what the party represent. 67 piglets now. Or parliament. Have you seen any of the pigs say no, I don't represent this? Because that is what the party represents. That is the MPP. Today, also Kushia Tescon 4. NDC has ignored their grassroots, but most of their MPs wear expensive shoes and drive big cars. Muntieno, maybe I make sure Debbie. And the Oshia Tescon 4. Who's a party more Jimmy?
Who says shoes or someone? On what about parliament? Not cars on what they want to say, hey. Wait, I said, Omo a champagne socialist. Omo ya confront them, tell them that they are champagne socialists. That is what they do. Hypocrisy, double standard. They do politics without principles. Tell them on your campuses. Face them with these words. These are hard facts. They should look at their leaders. Now they are enjoying. And they have abandoned the grassroots. Some of the teen boys who are hungry and on campuses when they want.
You see the dirty politics he does. Kwasia samo. Kwasia we say in parliament recently catch a Ghana for say NDC MPs no. Omo de party neglect MPs no parliament. E hi omo parliament. See the same dirty fool. And they will test on and say nine. But say every tertiary institution omo Jimmy pa test con for. Enkwara omo Jimmy pa ye do omo ye adwuma test con for. Omo say toilet mumwa. This was the same person who parliament. Ekache Ghana for say NDC for no. Omo MPs no. Omo nya appointment o. E hi omo nya sikampo fa car emba adwuma. The same fool will share test conform and catch them say, hey, move just suit and this for the share. So when you go, some work out. Aqua will quasi penny. Afenyo market, or your quasi penny. Where Jimmy, but you see, the MPP is not ready for power. The MPP as a political party, they are not ready for power. So am I ready for power? And Kakwawe will never lead them. But you see, Baumia and I do a form. Oh, say the leadership of the party, no more Jimmy. And Kwarana more party, they don't have sense to sit down and ask themselves questions. Say, na yen Kwarana yen kwasi adwuma en kwasi afu we are making money and they are fooling us down here because all these statements you are making are factual. Now we are 10 person. Now kwa campaigner, then I'll be catcher a Ghana nino. Afenyo Markins crack our parliament. Because kwasi then Afenyo Markins kai. And yes, any partner or did trust our patch no. How are you going to convince somebody? We are 10 students. We are 10 TESCON member. Oka TESCON ho. Na also okope nipa abetwama MPP. Ona papa do akoto school now so there kwasia you be part of the piglet into a TESCON member. Yatiasie. Now you go out there. One, people know Baumia is a liar. They don't even want to listen to Baumia. Now you go with Afenyo Markins statement say even in parliament MPs no because hey gina ho mo MPs no mo leader no ho because Afenyo ene kwasie na beka asem ka so oboa no adenti na omo mo leader no ene mo group no mo parliament omo ka asem ayenji mundi sa na Ghana fo ebusa mo enti se mo nya kwasiafo na mo nya nwan a this is the time you need to ask yourselves questions. This is the time you need to look at your leadership. This is the time you need to be asking yourself questions. You petu me and I say you petu me because from what you are doing, clearly you animals don't need power. Because we all know in Ghana, or true for power in our politics, Baumia, it will be very hard. It take about 40 years for Baumia Krairi to trust him. Now that is one. Baumia going into election 2028, Baumia is defective. He's defective. 98% Ayatrono has made him defective already. Now the 2%, Obaka say, any parliamentarians can say, your parliamentarians can say, Nippon Tobaka say, Afenyo Markins no dimu no crebe no ka, then I obeka as a TESCON communicator, or your MPP communicator, or China TV. So even in parliament, our parliamentarians, Obaka say, hey, who is the leader of your parliament? Afenyo Markins. But Afenyo Markins has been telling us he apologizes for everything. He told us that he even lied on State of the Nation the day he was given opportunity to speak. So what are you telling me? Who in the minority is intelligent? Kwasi ampe ben say all credibility of minority num ebe sinne minority when we say pete bako etwa ye bold say nipa omadane mwa enumguo yes omadane mwa because they don't have principles. Because partner is saying nine, nobody can speak, nobody can point to people and say we are in opposition. It hurts. Our conduct, our statement, the things we do, and remember Ghana for my opportunity. Why are we even making things worse? So which political party in the world, they will still keep this fool as their leader? Because the party is left with only arrogant, foolish idiots who are only thinking about themselves. And the leader of the party, who is Baumia, is ignorant. And you see, when you see stuff like this, it hurts. It hurts because they are using the small, and they small girls, small boys. Phoebe, na Afenyo Markins is using them because Ghana ni onimi nyansa no. Ube jina ni mo abaga se one. Oba omiano onka no kre. Yesi asema na oka kire me. O parliament wono de odi omanimu no. Wabe jina ka yese ensema ohanhan ni kana e yatro. Enti wo beka de akire me. MPP communicator, any NDC communicator, Echo Channel radio station, you cannot raise any issue from parliament because the moment you are done with your submission, NDC Busa host and say, is this the same Afenyo Markins minority telling us this? What shows it is true? That is basic communication. That is basic communication. Ochina NDC communicator tia, MPP communicator tia, TM. Now, I say even our parliamentarians went to see Coco for Ombabusa say parliamentarian na Afenyo Markins lead muna unless you people want to tell us on your leader. A leader who is a liar, how can I take anything from his group? Because it means every single person behind him is a liar. Finito. That is all. You are a communicator of the NDC. Don't push yourself too much. Because Jimmy, in the NDC, you can't do this. They will sack you. Mapong. Tomorrow, we will discuss Ghana. My name is Kevin STUPIDUTY. It's been a wonderful Thursday evening. We'll meet tomorrow. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers and good night. Abuache. Gigim.